$40,000 per acre, does the city still have $50,000 to $100,000 to,
Mr. Carter, do you know what is in our capital improvements right now?
No, I'm thinking it's somewhere 220,000.
so,
What's been designated out of that?
Quite a bit. We're, I'm sorry, I don't have those exact figures.
It doesn't matter at this
We're-
point, honestly.
You know, we're looking down the road at spending basically 80% of the capital improvement money tax we get in each month. We've already committed, or more. So we've, the committee hadn't met, in different conversations with Brenda and Steve and I, that, you know, we feel like we need to kind of really sit on that money that we've got in the account, since, you know, basically we're not going to be building that account up any for a number of years with commitments we have.
Our problem becomes it's in the midst of the fiscal year, and haven't been budgeted for, and we're the kind of ship we're running right now, very tight.
Right.
And is there a possibility of this coming up next year?
I
or
don't
something
think so.
like that?
From what Melissa and I had talked about briefly, the way these funds come up, she was like, most of the times they are available, but they're not available to the chamber because of the way they're, because of the way certain things are labeled out. And so we're not eligible for the funds. Yeah, and so this is was one of those, hey, here's a one-time opportunity, right? And from lots of different little loopholes. So, and or not loopholes, but loops to jump through and everything. It's like, hey, we got this money out here, but you gotta have X, Y, Z, A, B, C. So.
I know, what, a year ago, we looked at $50,000 remodel, and we weren't able to swing it that much. It would be nice to, you know, to be able to get $250,000 free, but we've got to first have $250,000 free.
And make no mistake about it, sir, we all
Yeah.
agree.
Oh,
this
yeah.
needs to be
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
We're just sitting here trying to figure out
Yeah, how to
go about doing it.
Yeah, trying to get from.
Since that is ARPA money that they're receiving, we cannot match it.
That's the other thing.
You know, that was a possibility, we could, you know, definitely work on that, you know, see how that would work into the budget. Can't match.
There are some things you're gonna see tonight with ARPA money, but
Yeah.
not being able to do it with you and your project
Correct.
is an issue. So I'll just state flat out, I don't see any way that it can happen right now with as tight as we're trying to run the fiscal end of this. We all would want it, but.
Yeah. We understand, so.
Sorry about that. Jake, how much did the fire police committee cut from their budget, Chief?
$418,000 for 172, yeah.
And Scott, how much do we have to cut out?
500,000.
Yeah, and so that was just to make a balanced budget for this year. So,
I will just say that this particular pool of funds, what happened is the states, as well as cities and counties, got ARPA funds arbitrarily set by somebody. States also got that money. What Missouri chose to do was to take the ARPA money, and they allowed the Department of Economic Development to channel it into several efforts, and tourism was one of those. And so that was just kind of this crazy thing that happened. They've been knowing it's coming for months, but you didn't really know until, you know, all of a sudden you got a
Like you said, it would be nice if it was in smaller amounts, because there's other towns.
yeah, if it was a 50, 75,000, where our portion is gonna be $20,000, 25,000, we may have been able to move something around, but 250,000 is gonna be.
Yeah,
$250,000 is hard to swing.
Oh,
on
yeah,
one
it's
cut budget.
it's a tough elephant to chew on, so, yeah, I completely understand, so.
I would suggest that you try to meet with the financial committee before the next budget
Okay,
and just make them aware of what you're after.
I will.
That way we can try to budget in something
Okay.
of that nature.
And that'll be,
And that'll give us some good numbers to
Yeah.
kind of go by,
Yeah,
honestly.
well, good information, so, all right.
Thank you.
thank you.
Since Steve's not here, Craig.
Following on that, it sounds bad, they ain't coming right back, but our unrestricted, our sales tax money was up in November, we received from November over October. And it was actually up about $40,000 over 2021 November, which sounds real good. But when you figure out inflation's running, whose figures are you using, 7%, 10% or something like that, that $40,000 doesn't really go very far. I mean, our numbers are up, but you know, if you still look at it, it's fairly flat. You know, we're pleased that the amount of money that the citizens were spending in Kennet. Our use tax, the last one we passed, which you were paying anyway, we had to pass it, you voted for it, so we could receive it. Otherwise, the state was getting it all. Anything you order on the internet type thing, you're paying use tax on it. But the cities aren't eligible to receive that unless the citizens vote to let the city receive it. The state was getting it all, so. But that's been a big help for us the last year and a half, 2 years, I guess we've been getting that. Saying that, you know, when we're a little bit on the downside, department heads are doing better, they're doing a lot better. We're closer to being in budget, but we're still over budget, and we're halfway through the year. And so we're still gonna have to watch our numbers real close. It's tight, folks. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'll do something a little bit here. Fire. Keep those. Keep those.
Mayor, City Council, members of the community, as you're all aware, we've lost 2 great men in both fire and police department over the past couple of weeks. There are no words to describe the loss of our department's field, and we'd like for everyone that's here to please stand. As Police Chief and I ask for a moment of silence, followed by a prayer for our departments and the community as a whole. We can call on Brother Kevin after a brief moment of silence to say a prayer for us.
Our Father in heaven, we come to you again tonight asking for peace and comfort, Father, for the Moore and Moody family, and Father, for the fire department family and police department family as they go through this rough time of losing their friends and co-workers and their loved ones. So we just ask you to pour your love out upon them and hold them dear to you in the days ahead and the years ahead as well. We ask God to just know. Amen.
Thank you, Mayor, for allowing us to do that. I really greatly appreciate it. Stats for this month, we had 214 calls for this month, so I won't break those down just due to time frame, but if you're curious as to those, see me after the meeting. I know there's been some issue and some talk amongst you guys about some property south of town around Horner Drive area. That property has been looked at by Vicar Mode, and he has talked to those folks. He's given them 10 days, and if there's not some significant changes, there will be a ticket issued. So I wanted to update you guys on that. If you look at the paperwork that was given to you prior to the meeting, so the first one, that's going to happen. I just wanted you guys to know what was going on. What I need approval on and you'll look down at the bottom left-hand side, is labeled number 1 and number 2. You'll see the difference about halfway down would be the only difference, other than the mayor is asked to put doctor in there, and that will be changed, Mayor, but we haven't had a chance to do that. So I do not have a recommendation on either one. Either is fine with me, but I have to have this voted on by the city council so we can get this turned into the architects for the plaque for the new fire station. So whoever wants to make a motion, again, it does not matter to me either design.
Scott, what's the fire committee say?
We recommended the sign, we just didn't go over.
Yeah, well, so in light of everything going on, we haven't had a chance to talk about this. It's fire committee, and I do
So the
apologize.
question is, would this be fine to be tabled until next week?
We really need to get it in as soon as possible. They really needed it last week, but of everything going on.
Is this for a plaque or like a cornerstone?
It'll be on the plaque that goes on any building that's built. That's what it is. Again, there's only the one change in there, and you can see that change on number 2, which is about midway down.
I'll make a motion on number 1.
I'll second it.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second for the design number 1. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Design number 1.
That's all I have. Appreciate you guys. Before I do leave, I will ask for a closed meeting for hiring of personnel. And also, I would like to say to you guys as a whole, thank you. I know it was an inconvenience to a lot of people for us, you guys not having council meeting last week. But on behalf of my fire staff, and I'm sure I can speak for Kenny as well, we greatly appreciate it, as Kenny and I was no shape to